All right. Welcome back to the Fantasy Football School. Today we're going to talk about my top 15 running back prospect for the upcoming college football season. All right. First, number 15 on my watch list. We got Montrell Johnson Jr. from the University of Florida coming into his senior year. Unfortunately, his first 2 years he was behind a couple of good prospects. But this upcoming season, Trevor Etienne has transferred out to Georgia, and he is now in position to be the starting running back. Got Graham Mertz coming in for a second year in the system. Should be a plus. So he's pretty much, when I watch Montrell Johnson, he's very fast with some power. For a somewhat small back, 5'11", 200, he's been consistently productive. You can see 150 plus carries every year, but never top 900, all in the 800. Consistently just been good. Like his freshman year though, he got 12 touchdowns, so that was impressive. And this past season, he upped his reception to 30, which is good. But I think that more has to do with the quarterback, because he had Anthony Richardson his first couple years, and then Graham Mertz like to check down. But anyway, he should be primed for a breakout year with Trevor Etienne leaving. He kind of remind me of a smaller Rashad Penny, the way he runs. He's fast and quick and agile, but with some power. I was gonna say the smaller backs, but they don't have the power that he has shown on film. So Montrell Johnson, number 15, keep an eye on him. Although Florida is gonna suck this year, so we'll see. All right, moving on to number 14, we got Jadon Blue from the University of Texas. You probably haven't heard of him, or he's probably kind of different here because he hasn't been really productive in college. But when Jonathan Brooks got hurt this upcoming season, he kind of showed up a little bit. He still had to share the field with CJ Baxter, who was a true freshman, but he's shown flashes to be a NFL back. Kind of reminds me of Jahmyr Gibbs. So he was a track star in high school, and he's shown decent receiving skills during a playoff run for the Texas Longhorn, and he has pretty good burst and lateral quickness. That's why I comp him to Jahmyr Gibbs, but he doesn't have Jahmyr Gibbs' elite receiving profile as of yet. So right now, I kind of see more of a Raheem Mostert in his game. So yeah, keep an eye on him. He has to share the backfield with CJ Baxter once again, but that should be a good playoff. They should contend for another playoff spot this upcoming season, unless Quinn Ewers completely regress. All right, moving on to number 13 here, we got Jaquindon Jackson from the Utah Utes, who currently transferred to Arkansas. So he should get more playing time there and touches. He hasn't produced as much as he should, but I include him in this watch list because I think he's gonna excel in Arkansas, because he's a big, powerful uphill runner with speed. They don't make these kind of running backs anymore, like this big body, Matt Bradshaw kind of players. But he kind of reminds me of a little blast from the past, like a poor man Steven Jackson, just that upright runner with some power. He's a big dude, so I was gonna say Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry is a different kind of beast. This dude has a little more quicker feet, and he's a long strider with sprinter runs instead of Henry with just downhill. But Jaquindon Jackson should be the new star for the Arkansas Razorback this upcoming season. All right, next, heading back to the Pac-12, or what's left of the Pac-12, we got Damian Martinez, Oregon State. This dude is a huge back. Good, powerful runner in between the tackles, above average vision. It's pretty smooth, man. He kind of reminds me of David Montgomery. He's just that true running back form, and when you see him down the field, he just screams running back. So he had quite a breakout season last year. He actually topped 1,000 yards, but unfortunately they lost DJ Uiagalelei. I don't know how much that will hurt his production, but I don't even know which division they're gonna be playing this upcoming season, but Damian Martinez, keep an eye on him. He should have another breakout year. All right, moving on, a little more familiar names here. We got Donovan Edwards from the University of Michigan. national champion. I can't quite picture him, and he's just been a one-trick pony in Michigan. He's just that big home run threat. And then last season he kind of regressed after that amazing sophomore year, so everyone was expecting him to declare, but unfortunately, he had a down year, so he's gonna come back in a really worse situation, but he will be the RB1. He can showcase if he has that build to withstand more than 200-yard touches this upcoming season. So I expect him to bounce back, although the offense might be terrible because I still don't know who their starting quarterback is. And he's still kind of learning how to play running back, but I mean, he got speed for days. I still can't quite make a comp for him, but he kind of reminds me of that home run threat that was Tajay Spears at Tulane. Although Tajay was a more well-rounded running back, but they have that explosive runs. Alright, we're into my top 10 here. Next, we got Jaden Ott from the University of California, Berkeley. One of my favorite prospects in this class because of his full tools of a running back. He has everything you could ask for. Unfortunately, he plays in a shitty team in a shitty conference, so I'm not sure if you can take his stats into account as elite stats, but he's shown traits that he can be an NFL running back. And this upcoming season, the team's going to be bad again, and they're moving to a better conference, so we'll see how good he is in terms of other better talent, better competition. But he kind of reminds me of Tony Pollard from the Dallas Cowboys. He's got that shiftiness, but Jaden Ott is a much better in between running back than Pollard. He kind of overused or rely a lot on his athleticism more than his skills when he played at this last couple of seasons, so we'll see him showcase his skills in this new conference. Hopefully expect another breakout year from Jaden Ott. Moving on to number 9, we have one of the more disappointing backs from this past season, Kaytron Allen from Penn State University. He had a pretty good freshman year, and then he just kind of plateaued. But I think that more has to do with your new quarterback being installed, Drew Allar, who had a good season in terms of efficiency, but if you actually watch the game, he struggled a little bit. And yeah, Kaytron Allen got that. For a dude that's 221 pounds, he got good burst, very powerful, plus vision. A pretty good all-around running back, but he still needs to improve his receiving skills. He's shown that he has receiving skills, but we kind of want to see more. Reminds me of Ezekiel Elliott in terms of that all-around skill set, like a poor man's Ezekiel Elliott. Alright, moving on, we got Raheem Rocket Sanders, formerly of the Arkansas Razorback. He just transferred to South Carolina after that disappointing junior year. I swear, dude, I thought this dude was going to be the next big thing. He had that amazing sophomore year, and he just kind of, I think he got hurt, but still very disappointing. But I mean, he still showed skills that you want in a running back. He's a very powerful back with pretty good vision and an elite jump cut. He kind of reminds me of Joe Mixon in college, but a slower, more powerful version of Joe Mixon. But hopefully he can replicate that sophomore year with his new team, South Carolina Gamecocks. Congrats on the title. To my next one, we got Devin Neal, one of my favorite prospects this upcoming football season. I swear, I thought he was going to declare. And if he did declare, he would have been my RB1. Assuming, Trevion didn't declare also. But, man, this dude is explosive. Got pretty good lateral quickness. Got good burst. And I'm so disappointed that he didn't come out. Man, he would have been the more complete running back in this class because of those explosive traits. And he kind of reminds me of Travis Etienne, the way he runs and the way he plays. They kind of have similar traits, but I'm not sure if Etienne has that more long way speed, but if he does, Devin Neal's not that far off. So hopefully he replicates his projection, because he keeps getting better every year. He got 16 touchdowns upcoming season he upped his reception, so hopefully the trajectory keeps going up, and he should be a Heisman candidate if the Kansas Jayhawks are a good team. Not sure if they brought back Bean, their quarterback, but we'll see. I know he got hurt this past season, but anyways. Speaking of ETN, next we got his brother Trevor Etienne, formerly of the Florida Gators. He just transferred to Georgia, where he should smash and should be the RB1 this upcoming season. Although Georgia do have a couple good recruit, but I expect Trevor Etienne to be the RB1 and should compete for another national title. Dude, he is a pretty good running back. He quick, shifty, but with power. Kind of reminds me of DeAndre Swift from the Philadelphia Eagles, now the Chicago Bears. Similar players with their skill set, but Swift is a little more explosive, at least he's shown. Trevor Etienne he's shown, like, you know, glimpses of it, but not consistently, because he hasn't been given a lot of workload at Florida, because for some reason they like to split that carries in like a committee in college. Kind of weird, but anyways. Next is another favorite of mine from the University of North Carolina, Omarion Hampton. This dude has bursts, got power, and he runs angry. And for a dude that's this big, 6 foot 220, he got great wiggle and contact balance, and he got that elite speed in like the second level. He kind of reminds me of DeMarco Murray from the Dallas Cowboys and Tennessee Titans, if you remember him. Dude was just a menace, and he runs upright, similar. Also kind of reminds me of like a big Trevor Etienne, the way he moves a line of scrimmage. But look for him to replicate his 2023 stats, where 1,515 touchdowns, just amazing. But he'll have a new quarterback, so I'm not sure that's gonna affect his projections for this upcoming season. But I'm excited for another great year from Omarion Hampton. My number 4 running back, one of the more productive running backs this past season, Ollie Gordon II from the Oklahoma State Cowboys. He is an upright, punishing, angry bruiser. Good power and vision, but he's kind of slow. But for the slowness, it's not slow, but he's not fast. Like, kind of reminds me of James Conner, who just runs with power, upright, and uses his blockers to get through the second level. But I think Ollie Gordon has that extra gear when he gets going, just like Derrick Henry does, but we rarely see it. But he's been productive. Hopefully, if he replicates that line again, 1,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, he will be a day 2, potentially day 1 running back. But his lack of speed limits his potential. But from what he's shown in college, he's definitely at least a early down back for sure. And then he had 39 catches. But I mean, the way this offense is set up, this Biddingham number is expected to happen. But the fact that he had 39 catches shows his receiving skills for sure. Still my top 3, but one of the more disappointing backs this upcoming season is Nicholas Singleton. This dude was electric his freshman year. Unfortunately, he kind of fell off. He had to, share the backfield with Katron Allen, but he's still shown enough running back traits for me to put him up there, and hopefully he can replicate that 2022 season, because he's a fast, agile, and powerful back. Kind of reminds me of Jonathan Taylor, the way, he just built to play that running back position. That body type, that contact balance, that power, definitely worthy of an early pick if he shows that, he can produce like he did his freshman year. Finally, my number 2 running back prospect this upcoming college season is Trevion Henderson from The Ohio State University. He is essentially the most complete back in this watch list or class. I swear he should have come out, but I guess the NIL money was too good. He would have been the first back taken, but man, he has all the tools to be a running back. He just doesn't have that elite trait, that one elite trait. But I think he'll run in the 4.3s, which means he is a fast back, but he doesn't really show that on film. But he is fast enough to, be at that upper echelon type of prospect. Kind of reminds me of Dalvin Cook with all the tools he has in his bag. Hopefully he produces again, because after his freshman year, everyone thought he was going to be the next big thing, but due to injury and like mostly injury, he kind of fell off a little bit. He kind of gained it back last year, the second half of the season. Hopefully this upcoming season he replicates that freshman year. But my number one running back, his new teammate, is Quinshon Judkins, which is probably gonna limit his potential to be the best running back in this class because of Ohio State adding Quinshon Judkins. But man, this dude as a freshman was even better than Trevion Henderson. But they're a different type of players. Quinshon Judkins is more explosive. He got that elite lateral quickness, whereas Trevion is just good lateral quickness. And dude has a deadly jump cut. To pair that up with his lateral quickness, it's amazing. And he's pretty good vision too. Kind of reminds me of a James Cook and Kenneth Walker combined. With James Cook has better vision and better receiving ability, but explosiveness wise, he is essentially a clone of Kenneth Walker Jr. So he is my RB1 this upcoming season because of that elite trait that's his showcase. But I wouldn't be surprised if Trevion becomes lead back, but it's gonna be a 1A 1B situation for Ohio State, and it's definitely gonna make their team better. And they should, I think they're gonna be the favorite to win the national championship this year. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.